today we're gonna make some tissue paper flowers. For your supplies, you need your 5 skewers that you already floral taped. You will need 5 pipe cleaners and 4 pieces of number 24 wire. And we're gonna start out with 1 sheet of tissue paper. Now I will describe this as I fold it because I don't think I can zoom. Well, yeah, we go. All right, so not all tissue paper is created the same, and some of it's more square than others. But to begin, we're just going to fold it hamburger style. And if it's closer to a square, just fold it in half. So fold it there. So that's 1. We're gonna fold it again, and be very careful trying to line up your corners. You want to get them as close as possible. 2. 3, and about 4 times. Some of yours may turn out a little more rectangular. It's okay if it does. This is about, probably about 5 inches by 5 inches. About the size of my hand is what you're looking for. It does not have to be exact. I just estimated on this. Then you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna cut on every fold. So we're gonna end up with a whole bunch of tissue paper squares that are individual sheets. So I'm just gonna slide my scissors in here and just cut every fold. Alright, I think that got it. Then you're going to take 5 sheets. Now, it's up to you what color you want to start with. You just need 1 sheet of tissue paper to get started, and then you can trade colors with anybody at your table. Some options. You can have a solid colored flower, like this. You can have a 2-colored flower, where you alternate your tissue paper, or you can have the center be a different color than the outside. If you want just a solid color, you're just going to pick up 5 sheets that are 1 color. If you want it to be layered, you're just simply going to layer 5 sheets. If you want the center to be a different color, you're just going to put your colors next to each other. So I'll have 3 of 1 color and 2 of another. It's your choice. For this one, I'm going to alternate them because I think it'll be a little bit easier for you to see it as I make it. So I have 5 squares stacked right here on top of each other, and I've lined them up the best that I can. I'm not going to go back and trim the edges. It doesn't matter, it'll be just fine. So I'm going to start on one side, and I'm going to fold it like a fan or like an accordion. And it needs to be about 1 inch wide, which is right here on your knuckle. So I fold 1 piece over, I flip it, and I'm going to fold it back. Make sure you crease it. Flip it again and fold it. And then I just have a little bit left over right here. That's not a problem. I'm going to fold that in as well, and it won't matter. Now you have an option as well on what style of flower you want. So you can either curve the petals and it will look like this, or you can point the petals and it will look more like this. If you want to curve them on the end, you are going to just cut a curve. If you want to point them, you will just cut it like a fence picket, so it'll just be pointed. So choose one or the other, but don't do one side pointed, the other curved. So if you're gonna curve it, curve both sides. I just drew it so you can see what it would look like if you were to cut it either way. I'm going to curve it today because that tends to be my preference. I also tend to think it's a little bit easier when you go to pull the flower apart in a second. Okay, so there it is curved. You're gonna take your wire and you're gonna cut it into thirds. Again, you don't have to measure it. It's okay if it gets a little bent. You just want about a third of a piece. And I'm gonna take this wire and I'm going to sandwich it between my fingers, and then I'm going to fold it down. I want it to look kind of like a bobby pin. Then you take your bobby pin and you're gonna slide it over the top of your tissue paper, and you want to center it. Now this next step is a step that a lot of people can mess up on, and it will affect your entire flower, so watch carefully. Right here at the bottom of my tissue paper, I'm going to catch the tissue paper with my thumbnail, and I'm going to mash it all the way up to the top. Now I want it to be mashed and crinkled right there in the center. If it's not mashed and crinkled, you're gonna have issues later because it'll be harder to peel apart. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to twist it like a bread twist tie. So I just turn it about 3 times. And then I have a bow tie on a stick. From here, we're going to turn our bow tie into an umbrella. So you want your bow tie to be able to lay flat on the table like that. I'm going to pull on both sides of my fan and open it. And I'm going to pull it as far open as I can on both sides. If you tear it a little bit, it's not a big deal. Nobody's gonna notice. All right, so now I have an umbrella. From the umbrella, we're going to take and start on one side, and you're gonna peel the layers individually all the way across. When you peel them, peel very carefully. So we're going to pull it all the way up and go down as far into the center as you can. And then I'm going to pull it all the way across and lay it down on the other side to where it completely covers that center. If you don't pull it, if you just pull it straight up instead of over, you'll still have a funky wire showing in the center. So pull it all the way across. Then you'll peel the next layer. And then just continue peeling layers. Alright, so I've peeled up one side, now I'm going to peel the other. And I'm going to do it exactly the same way. So I'm still going to peel this top layer up, and each layer after that, and I'm going to pull them all the way over to the other side. and across that center. If you happen to tear it and accidentally tear off a piece, it's not a problem. You'll never even notice once you finish the flower. It won't be a big deal. Just keep going. And there you go. Now you're going to take one of your pipe cleaners and now we're going to take one of your pipe cleaners and we're going to floral tape it. You're going to do this the same way that you did your skewers. So you make a flag at the end of your pipe cleaner. I will tell you, you have to wrap this pretty tight. And do not worry about the fuzz. We're gonna mash down all of the fuzz. All right, to make the stem for our flowers, you're going to take half of a pipe cleaner and half of a skewer. You're going to overlap them about the width of your thumb. And then you're going to floral tape them together. Now you only have to floral tape this little section. You don't have to start back over and floral tape the whole thing. This is just going to hold them together. Then you're going to take one of your flowers. I'll take this one. And you're going to take the stem of the flower and the pipe cleaner end of your stem that bends. Put them together. You just have to lay them next to each other. You do not have to wrap it around. And then you're going to floral tape these two together. Just like this. So you will have a flower with a bendy end and a pipe or a skewer at the bottom. The reason for this is the skewer is sturdy enough to be able to stick down into a piece of foam, and then we can adjust the height of our flowers as we were practicing with geometric shapes. You are now going to make 10 of these in total. So you will need 10 flowers. When you finish, you're going to put them all together in a bundle. You're going to wrap a piece of masking tape around it and write your name, class period, and cart number on that piece of masking tape, so I can keep track of whose they are. Then you'll take it and put it in one of the trash bags that's labeled for your class period. And you do not get to take these home. And I repeat, do not take these home. We will use these again in class, so you will need them. So we're gonna put them in the trash bag. I will put them in the closet, and then we won't have to worry about any of them getting lost between now and then. If you have any questions, come up and ask me.